Now I've got to figure out, I'm gonna cut some insulation, fill in these gaps over here so we don't get freezing wind inside the closet. I got to build the wall across here that is gonna have the door to get into the closet. So I've got to move all that drywall. Again, I don't know where the heck to put it that's not gonna be in the way. That's where I'm at. I will put this thing on time lapse and we will get rolling. Cue the music.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is part 3 in the studio remodel series. If you haven't seen the first 2, I highly recommend going back and watching from the beginning. I don't have a dedicated intro video recorded for this one. When you do a project as big as this, the footage gets a bit jumbled. You don't have perfect starts and stops. I recorded them, but they are often spaced out too far apart in the events that took place, or they are back to back and nothing has really happened between them. We're opening up on me wiring up the electric for the north side of the studio. Unlike the other side, I didn't run this fresh. I repurposed a 50 amp send from an electric cooktop that was in the kitchen here. Now when doing installation, though it's not glamorous or enjoyable, it is very crucial. These are exterior walls and the only real barrier between the house and the bitter cold winds of northern Ohio winters. All that to say, I really just had to make sure I did a good job when putting the insulation back into the walls. You know, my favorite days of working in the studio were the days where Emily was in there with me. And it didn't matter if she wasn't on the other end of a board or the other end of the room. She could be up there like she is right now in this clip, mudding the drywall while I'm moving drywall, getting ready to frame the other wall in there. It's just really cool that we got to spend so much time together, and now the project's basically come to a close, and it really just makes me appreciate those times, because even though they're recent right now, they're memories we're always going to have, and that is time well spent. You know, I think framing a wall in is probably one of my all-time favorite things to do whenever it comes to any kind of this construction stuff. The tangible progress you get inside of an hour just from cutting and screwing some 2x4s together, it just makes you feel like you're making so much progress. When it comes to drywall, sometimes you sand and sand and sand and mud, and then you look up and you're like, wow, I just did 4 inches and 2 hours of my life is gone. And that, maybe it's just different personalities, I don't know. It's just, looking back, this is definitely more enjoyable for me, both in remembering and watching myself do it, than it is to watch myself do the drywall mudding. As much as I am happy that it's over now, I don't know if anybody actually enjoys drywall mudding, now that I think about it.
Today's Thursday, December 21st, I believe. So I haven't recorded anything all day today. Emily helped me yesterday a little bit. She did a little bit more mudding coming across here. I'm almost at the point where I'm gonna start mudding as well. The drywall is almost all done. That's what I wanna show you. So we got all the electrical and everything hooked up from the last video. We'll check out kind of all the progress, but a little bit more as well. Oh, one sec here, gotta move this ladder. That shower actually has an RGB light show built into it. I'm thinking about getting a few more of them in here, not ones that are actually wired in, but ones that maybe plug in, just so I can kind of change the mood of the studio come time. One thing I did that I really kind of think is cool is I put an outlet up in the ceiling there with a wood backer right next to it, so I'm able to mount a projector up there if I want to, and we could project onto this wall or maybe even this wall over here. Just in the future. We really just want to be able to enjoy the room, kind of trying to think ahead as much as I could. I only put one central light in the middle, and that is because we didn't take all the ceilings down. If you look, the original ceilings from the hallways and the rooms, they're all still up, and that's one of the things I talked about in the last video. Having to shim down so far, what a pain, all right? That's probably what took me so long on this whole thing, is always the prep work. Everything's up now. It's about to be a huge mudding game in here, which is fine, you know, no problem there. later. You can see it's dark outside. I've just reached a massive milestone. With the exception of anything less than like 3 or 4 inches tall, I am done hanging drywall. So in light of that, I'm loading up my car. I'm gonna take all the scraps I have laying around. I've already started taking some out. Stuff in the corner, just kind of wrapping the room. And take it down to our dealership. I'm just gonna throw it in the dumpster. I don't need it anymore. I'm gonna hold on to one piece of scrap, probably this one. There's not gonna be a whole lot more footage tonight, but tomorrow when I wake up, it's probably gonna be time-lapse central because I have 2 more days to work on this place. I've got off from work before I'm busy for Christmas and vacation and all that. Honestly, I really kind of hurt my hand. My carpal tunnel bothers me a lot. I just been powering through it because I really want to get this done. So it's probably gonna be about it for the night. Good morning, December 22nd. Wow, time's flying, dude. A lot has changed. So check it out. This is my nice panorama. I took out all the extra drywall everywhere. I have those 2 big sheets over there. That's all mold resistant. This is the last piece I have. What did I keep this for? Oh yeah. Over behind this piece of plywood, you can kind of see the track right there. I've got to refix the drywall in there. My wrist is really bothering me this morning because of all the hours I've been putting in. My hands numb almost constantly, which is not great. But what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna clean. It's gonna be a little bit more of like a low impact day because all the drywall's already hung. Almost all the framing that I can do until the shower head comes in is done. All right, kind of changed my mind halfway through. When I moved that plywood, I just saw that track was open right there, so I just went ahead and redid all the drywall. So the track's all totally filled in. Same with that little piece that was in the corner over there. I'm ready to roll, so Saturday morning, it's time to get started on the room. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, 2023, so got a lot of stuff to get done. It's gonna be a full day of mudding. My wrist is killing me. But before I go in there, we just got back from Cracker Barrel and we ordered some new coffee. Caribou. We got some Daybreak, Caribou Blend, Lakeshore, and something else. I don't remember what. Anyway, I'm gonna make some coffee and then we'll get in there.
Well guys, that's going to do it for this one. My wrist starts flaring up towards the end of this clip, and I actually go into the house to rest it in lieu of my upcoming drive down to Florida. Emily has to work the first couple of days of vacation, so I end up having to drive down by myself, and then I go pick her up from the airport. Believe it or not, driving is awful torture on carpal tunnel. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, please consider leaving a like on the video or subscribing to the channel. It would mean an awful lot. We'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have a great week. God bless.